toughest task to face Celtic in Europe for many, many years. Playing against the Russian champions in front of a vast crowd inside the Republic Stadium. Celtic playing in their change strips of yellow tops and green shorts, the Russians in all white. And fortunately for Celtic perhaps is the fact that there's a running track around the playing pitch, which means that the crowd is some distance away from the Celtic players. So there are two significant changes in the Kiev lineup. They brought back their centre half and captain Sergei Baltasha, although he's left the captaincy for the moment with Demyanenko, the number 5. And up front they've brought back Oleg Blokhin, perhaps the most famous player in Russia over the past decade or so. And so McStay in trouble in midfield. See the white jerseys going forward, it's pace. And some tough tackling there by Martin McLeod. The whistle is gone, the free kick has been given to Dynamo Kiev. Besanov was the player fouled. So an early opportunity now for Dynamo Kiev to test Pat Bonner. There's Blokhin, number 11, who will perhaps be the player involved in this set piece. And you can see the respect being shown by the Celtic players. The referee was the Horst Brumayr from Austria, very experienced official, number 1 in Austria. So the free kick to Dynamo. And a good save by Bonner. That was good goalkeeping, with the pressure being applied, with the forward rushing in on top of him. So a fine save to boost the confidence of Pat Bonner. Yakovenko. Besanov takes over. Some good running by the Russians as they come forward, interchanging positions very rapidly indeed. There's Besanov again. Good challenge initially by Aiken, scrambling the ball free. Still the problem is there for Celtic. And superb handling once again by Pat Bonner. So there's Yevtushenko becoming involved, the first time in the match. The Dynamo Kiev number 10 on the right side of midfield, but now switched play to the left. Free kick on the edge of the box, no question about that. Derek White. It was Besanov who was sprinting through, and that was Russian play at its best. Besanov racing past Derek White, and the young defender pulls him down. No argument at all about the decision of referee Brumayr. And here's a problem for Celtic. 5-man wall is lined up, and that'll have to be taken again. And a yellow card being shown. It looks as though it's to Vasily Rats. That must be for some dissent, I think. So Rats is booked. It's very important indeed for Celtic to keep cool in this incredible atmosphere. But still a moment of danger to face. Pat Bonner is in excellent form, as we've seen so far, but could have a problem from this set piece. The wall is back to full 10 yards. And it's there, Bonner couldn't reach it. Blokhin has done it for Dynamo Kiev. A magnificent free kick. Over the wall, Bonner couldn't reach it. And that is a free kick of the highest class from Oleg Blokhin. 35 years old today and celebrating in the best possible style. And what a disaster that was for Celtic. Baltasha. Kuznetsov again. Baltasha remains a spare man at the back at all times, allowing Kuznetsov to go forward and link up in midfield. confident handling again by Bonner. The Celtic defence doing well, forcing the shot from long range from Veselov. It's a loose one by Demyanenko. Grant asking a lot of Paul McStay, but he did well, reacted very quickly indeed to find McClair. There's a chance for Celtic! And it comes back off the post! Paul McStay can scarcely believe it! Oh, what a blow for Celtic! Uncertainty in defence among the Russians, and the ball spiralled high in the air. Johnston's challenge, the clearance found its way to Paul McStay, and the first time shot beat Chanov and rebounded off the post. Tony Shepard.
Уважаемые зрители, в перерыве матча состоится выступление сводного духового оркестра Киевского
The defence is badly stretched, blocking, waiting for their pass to be released. The supporter rise, there's Bonner with the first stop. Celtic now getting men back in numbers, and that'll be a free kick, there's no doubt about that. A reckless challenge by McClair on Yakovenko right at the edge of the box. Well, one moment of slackness by Derek White and Celtic were exposed. It was Yevtushenko who carried the ball forward for Dynamo Kiev. And that really should have been the second goal. But Bonner did well initially, and then the defenders got back. But here's a problem once again for Pat Bonner. Can Blockin do it again? Well, left that one to Yakovenko, and thankfully for Celtic, his accuracy wasn't as good as his more illustrious colleague. A neat turn by Grant, but it looks as though the half-time whistle is gone. Yes, it's half-time in Kiev. Celtic trailing by 1-0, and the goal one to savour. The set piece from outside the box. Oleg Blochin took the kick left-footed, bent it over the wall beyond Pat Bonner. A superb goal, but Celtic acquitting themselves very well indeed. Hopes by no means dead. The half-time score in Kiev, Dynamo Kiev 1, Celtic 0. So Dynamo Kiev get the second half underway. By a 0-0 on the night and 2-1 in aggregate. Celtic facing the task of finding the net twice to qualify for the third round of the European Cup. And they certainly played well enough in that first half to give some hopes to their supporters. The very small contingent here in Kiev. So the Celtic bench into midfield. Here's O'Leary for Celtic. Danny McGrain is the man he has replaced. Didn't notice him taking any knocks in the first half. And I would be a little bit surprised tactically if that had been a change brought about voluntarily, in the sense that the defender has replaced the defender, although it has allowed Martin McLeod to push forward a little. But we'll see how the Celtic formation lines up. Only two men, of course, up the attack all the time for Dynamo Kiev. Here's one of them. It's Blochin coming inside, and well robbed by Roy Aitken. There's McLeod. Driving forward again. Celtic hoping to get him into some shooting positions. He has possession once more for Celtic. Here's Brian McClair, he's onside. And there's the equaliser! Mark McGee makes it one apiece. And that was a marvellous goal from Celtic. Well, what a start to the second half. They threatened this many times, but it was the influence of Martin McLeod from midfield which made the difference. McClair's precise cross, McGee's perfect finish, and Chanov had no chance at all. Baltasha once again. Sweeper for Dynamo Kiev. That's good play. Here's Yakovenko. Trying to get past Derek White. Good twisting and turning, but still White sticks to his task. And that should give the Celtic defence enough time to get back. And that's Bonner once again. Well, what a match he's having tonight for Celtic. Good turn by McGee. He's knocked down by Kuznetsov. Well, he's quite cynical, is Oleg Kuznetsov. Certainly not guilty of taking too many prisoners. McGee recovers, but his progress in that very dangerous position has been halted. And now the Russians have all the defenders back to face the free kick, which will be taken, I think, by Paul McStay. Chanov not entirely happy with his defence's positioning. There's Paul McStay. A fine ball. Celtic players queuing up at the far post, trying to get a clear strike at the ball. One of McLeod forcing it forward. Ball thumped it out. Yakovenko got it clear at the end for Dynamo Kiev. There he goes forward again. Closed down well by Tony Shepard. Playing the ball inside. Oleg Blochin has 106 caps for Russia. Scored last week against Norway. And that would represent a marvellous performance on its own for Celtic. There's Demyanenko. I haven't seen too many of his charges up the left flank for Dynamo Kiev today, but no doubt he may have one or two left before the end. Veselov playing it in. It's a casual header that from White. There's Yakovenko with a chance! And Bonner had no answer at all. Dynamo Kiev, a gap appearing, a delicate ball inside, a thunderous shot beyond Pat Bonner, and Dynamo Kiev go ahead once again. Players for effort, they've battled right from the first whistle, they've played some excellent football, but they faced two marvellous strikes from the Russians for both goals. A hand was used, the appeals for a penalty kick from the Celtic players. The Austrian referee's not interested. Derek White looks indignant. Murray McLeod continues to protest. Well, as the ball was thumped back into the box, it appeared to strike a Russian arm. And the Austrian referee doing Celtic no favour at all. Lukin playing it in. Chance for Johnston. Just about his first glimpse of goal in the match, shaking off Baltasha, and he holds his head now, Mo Johnston. Brought down by Rats, the referee allows play to go on. Johnston played it inside. Grant helped it on to the far side to White. Here's Murray McLeod heading for the byline. And that's well taken by Chanov. Fine goalkeeping. But certainly a grandstand finish now from Celtic. Can they make the breakthrough? Johnston gets support from Shepard. Grant again, scrambled away towards Shepard once more. That's given away. It was intended for McStay. Mikhailichenko, the fresh pair of legs up front for Dynamo Kiev, now stretching the Celtic defence. Chance for the third. This should clinch it. Yevtushenko. Set up by Blochin. And that buries the Celtic hopes. Yevtushenko, the man who scored in the first leg at Celtic Park, cashes in on the vacant space in the Celtic defence, and that makes it 3-1 to Dynamo Kiev.
Yes, final score 3-1, 4-2 in aggregate, but no disgrace there for Celtic, who fought so hard for so long for so little. And I have the feeling that whoever beats Dynamo Kiev will win the European Cup.